Good afternoon. This is a floorboard, a fake floorboard, and I'm going to install it. And many others. For those of you who are new, my name's Chris. I am converting this ex-U-Haul box truck into a work living space, and it's been about 10 months, and I still am walking around on 1/4 inch plywood underlay. So in today's video, I'm going to install a floor. But it's not as simple as installing a floor because I've got to make some modifications. One of those modifications is that my door from the box to the cab of the truck, it already kind of scrapes. So that's not great. But the other thing, if I'm going to install flooring, which is about 1/4 inch thick, then this is just absolutely not going to work. So what I need to do is remove this door. I'm going to take 1/2 inch off the bottom because I want to be really certain that this is not going to stick in any way. So I'm going to take 1/2 inch off the bottom of the door and then reinstall the door. So it basically means I need to dismantle the whole door pretty much, modify the frame, and then trim all the wood and stuff. So that's the first thing that I need to do to install the floor. And because I need to do that, I need to go back to my storage spots to go get my tools and to do all the work. If I'd done this in a normal order, I wouldn't have to be screwing around traveling, but that's what I have to do. So let's head back to storage, get the tools, and start some work. I'm going to spend 2 hours at storage doing this door, then I'm going to come back and hopefully just do the rest of the flooring stuff back at the RV park, because then I need to shower and jump on this call. So let's crack on. Let's make sure I'm disconnected from everything and get this figured out. One thing I've got to say is that whoever recommended that I get the trickle charger to keep my battery topped up while I'm parked up, you're an absolute genius.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a while since I've been here. Considering I was here pretty much every day for 6 months, it feels very weird to be here. Very weird indeed. Okay. Okay, first thing we need to do is get tools. Let's get tools. So I just got my circular saw and I got a lot of my kitchen stuff because I now have kitchen drawers, which I didn't have for a long time. So I have all my kitchen equipment ready to put in my kitchen. So let's figure this out. I'm so ready for this. So my thinking is that if I take 1/2 inch off the bottom of this door, that will give me 1/4 inch of the floor and then 1/2 inch for any sort of movement that can happen. And I can get, just a draft excluder or whatever you want to call it. That's my thinking. Because even at the bottom of this, it's stuck. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look. Do I have to remove the whole doorknob? Awesome. Let's think through this. So I realized that I don't know how to remove panel nails. I think that you have to use this part of the hammer to get the leverage up, and it's around the edges, so that's fine. The problem is that It's definitely going to take a long time to do. And I guess I've got to loosen the entire panel around. So my lazy brain is thinking, do I just take off half an inch off the bottom of the door with the saw and figure it out from there? That's the lazy part of my brain. I have to take all the panel nails out. Okay. I just have to do things the right way. Just to explain what I've did is I've loosened the entire panel, and then I'm going to use this bit of the hammer to, rather than do that, I'm doing, hold on, which way do I do it? Yeah, rather than pulling up, I'm pushing down on it. I'm getting it under and then I'm pushing down. What that's actually doing is it's pulling the panel up rather than trying to pull the nail out. And that seems to be working. So that's what I'm going to do all the way around and just remove this one panel, and then we'll do the autopsy and see exactly what I can do here. Took a little bit of time, but I finally managed to get the first panel off without destroying too much of the door. I'm definitely going to have to get some plastic wood to fill in those gaps. But the panel is off. The next step is I'm going to move this up half an inch, remove half an inch of insulation. So basically everything's going to move up, screw it back down, and then I'm going to just chop the ends off and chop the ends off of here as well. I've got about an hour to do that. It's taken longer than I thought, but we're getting there, we're getting there. I'm very dehydrated as well because it's warm. Without the door on, this does a lot. This does a lot to keep the cool air inside. So yeah, let's get this on as soon as possible. I've got the door with 3 pins in the panel, and it's reconstructed. Let me just show you. Here is the new framing, but I haven't cut everything yet. So what I'm gonna do, and this is probably a weird way of doing it, but that's the way I do a lot of stuff. Because the door was not cut straight anyway, like these were wonky, and this side was a little bit longer and this side was a little bit shorter, as you can see. Rather than trying to remeasure it all and all that sort of stuff, I've gone around and I've measured the door to be straight, and I've got a line all the way around, and I'm just gonna take my saw and saw it on that line all the way around. I don't know whether it'll work. I don't know whether it's gonna work. But the worst case scenario is that it will just be a bit messier. But at the very least, I feel like it's gonna be straighter. That's what I'm gonna try and do now. Fingers crossed on that. Let's see how it turns out. As always, there's longer ways to do this, which would be dismantling the whole door and remeasuring every piece and all that sort of stuff. Or just making a new door from scratch that is the right size and that I haven't rushed through. The way that I do projects is I get a first version, a V1 done, and then I iterate on that. Let's figure this out. Let's do this. Let's cut the wood. Bit test. Just to make sure. Okay, good. There's plenty of clearance there. Okay, I feel like that is the right amount of clearance. Okay. Okay, good. Let's put the door handle in. Please work. Okay, we work. We work. Yes, that's a big gap, but that's okay. Here is the current gap. It is variable, to say the least. It is a it's a three-quarter inch gap on that side, and then it is a half-inch gap on the other side. There's definitely an uneven gap. However, it is enough for us to be able to put the planks in and for the door to be able to go across without any issue or worry. That is the most important thing, and we can get a draft excluder and some other stuff to keep this pinned down. So I think we're all good. I think we are all good. Getting ready to get on the road. I've taken a lot of stuff back with me that I need to organize, but yeah, bunch of stuff that I need to take for future projects in the truck away from the storage. But we've done a lot so far. I'm going to head back and I'm going to shower, then get this truck organized, ready for my call. But we're getting closer to doing the floor. That is the main aim here, is doing the floor, getting the flooring in. Let's get back to the RV park and we can shower and get organized. few bites, but surprisingly not disgusting right now. So I'm probably not going to shower. I'm going to just wash here, get myself tidy and ready for my call in an hour-ish. And then I'm going to install the floor. I need a lot of water. I need a lot of water right now. All right, I made a start, and so far so good. I'm staggering the planks. So this one is a little half cut one to fill in this gap, and this one is the other half of it that I'm just currently cutting with an X-Acto knife, and the hacksaw that I brought from the storage is going to go here, boop, like that. And it just kind of clicks in. It's pretty simple, to be honest. It's a little less easy than I thought it was going to be in terms of cutting. I was under the impression that I could only use an X-Acto knife, and I don't really have any way of stabilizing this properly. I guess I could use this, potentially. Yeah, I don't really have any real way of doing it. This, maybe? Okay, that helps. So I kind of scored it with the X-Acto knife or craft knife, whatever you call it. And now I'm just cutting it with the hacksaw. It's pretty wonky, so I'll probably end up trimming it as well. Just gotta make a start, you know? But it looks nice. It feels nice to walk on. Oh, fuck me. I fucked that one up. Bollocks. How did I fuck that one up? Because they all go in one direction. Glad I got this on camera. The way that they're oriented, the lips are on one end, and then the grooves are on the other end, and the same on the side. There's a lip on one side and a groove on the other side. So the way that I've cut this, the lip is on the wrong side. So I can't use it here, basically. I can only use it down that end because it needs to be clipped on here. Okay, that's good to know. So that is at that end one. Good to know, I guess. And I had just ordered myself some food as well because it is getting late and I need to eat. I have not eaten or drank enough today. Kind of flabbergasted at that one. Food's here. You know, it's 20 past 6. I feel like I'm going to be here for a long time. Trust me to start a job at 12 midday and probably be doing this until maybe 10 o'clock at night. Womp womp. Okay, break time. Don't judge me for getting McDonald's. It's quick, it's easy. And sometimes it's surprisingly good. I'm going to stop recording for a second. Done. It's time to get back to work. Ooh, I am tired today. I am very, very tired. Okay, let's get this done. Let me check my emails quickly. Okay, I'm going to give myself an hour and a half to get this done. I could get a lot done in an hour and a half. I won't get it finished, but let's see how much I can get done in an hour and a half. Looking pretty good. Just notice it's kind of buckling up a little bit here. Okay. Looking pretty good so far. In terms of the planks and stuff, I am just, as they come out, that's the pattern that they're going to go into. But at the moment, it kind of looks like it's striped. But yeah, now I've cut these end bits. It should be fairly simple, I think, to just go and do the rest up to here. And then on this bit, this is where there's going to be sort of cuts. So let's see how it goes from here. Bit of an issue. So I kind of need to bang in these planks a little bit, but I can't because it's late. So I'm going to hit pause on it tonight because I want to make sure that I do it properly and don't screw it up. And I feel like if I try and rush through this without using my little mallet, then I'm going to screw it up. So let's check back in the morning. All right. I don't know what that voice was. So today, I'm going to finish off the floor. I also went to Lowe's and upgraded my little toolkit, I guess. We've got a tapping block and a combination mallet. A little rubber mallet, a little plastic mallet to help me do this well. I figured that I probably shouldn't half-ass this, so decided to do it properly. It's going to involve a lot of finagling and moving stuff around, but I believe it can be done. So from what I understand, the tapping block will help me to click stuff in. With the rubber mallet, I'll video demonstrate it, or at least my understanding of it. With a little rubber mallet, stops it from damaging the planks and allows you to click everything in evenly. That's the theory behind it, but we're going to see whether it actually works or not. Lunch done, and I had to do my hair because I've got a call in about an hour that I'm going to take. But I'm going to carry on. One thing that I did just quickly before my lunch was this area here. I thought this would be an easier way of getting things pushed up against the wall for now, so I'm just about to finish this off, and then I will do that section over there. All right, I've actually done it this time. I've done everywhere that I plan to. Gonna be honest, it doesn't look massively different. Because I guess tone-wise, like darkness-wise, it's about as dark/light as the original plywood. So it doesn't feel massively different. However, walking on it, it feels like a real floor, which is good. So it feels different. It's also, you know, wipe clean and an actual floor. So that's important. So before I ever get finished, it is a build day, technically. So that is ordering dinner, Chick-fil-A, beautiful. And I've just been, before I show you the final product, I've just been reflecting a little bit as to this year, because this year has been a hell of a year. I have, and this is just for me, but I have accomplished both in this build and in my business, my work, more than I ever thought that I would accomplish. And it's coming up to the end of October, and I am just reflecting on how much I've done. It's been crazy. It's been really difficult, but I'm really proud of myself. I rarely give myself any credit, but I've done a lot. And I know that this is just a floor, but if you told me literally 12 months ago that I would have done all of this, that I would have installed a floor, that I would have built kitchen cabinets, that I would have plumbed in my own sink, that I would have created and installed my own upper cabinets, that I would have gutted a box truck and set it up to live in, I honestly would have told you that you were smoking crack. I wouldn't have believed you. I literally would not have believed you in any way, shape or form. I'm so glad that I did. This has been the wildest journey of my life. I can't even begin to describe it. And I know it's not a big deal to most people, but to me, for many reasons, this year has been a massive, massive deal. And sometimes I've just got to pat myself on the back for the wins and order myself some Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I was just reflecting a little bit. Anyway, let's eat and turn my mind off, and then we're going to look at the floor. I promise after this we're going to look at the floor. It has been a long ass couple of days. I thought that this is going to be done in, I don't know, a few hours. It is currently 7:15. The floor is done though. It is clean and wiped. For the most part, it's good. Around the edges is still janky, but from my understanding, the next thing I need to do is get some trim to keep it from springing up. I think. I'm not 100% sure. There is I've kept some gaps between the edges so that it doesn't rook up when things contract and expand. When things contract and expand. So there is some space there to stop that, which I believe is also the thing to do. So I think I've done everything right. I just need to get some trim around the edge, and we're all good. But there you go. I have a floor. The one thing that I've been thinking about now is I definitely want this stuff to be white. Now the floor is a little bit darker than it was before. I really want to make sure that the rest of the place is like bright. Maybe I just need to hurry up and get rid of the plywood color, because even though that's light, it's still, I don't know, it makes my eyes feel a bit funny. Anyway, so there you go. That was a comprehensive look at installing a vinyl plank floor in a box truck. I gotta say, considering I have no experience, feels pretty good. It looks pretty good. So that is it for this video, guys. I'm gonna get an ice cream, and then I'm gonna probably just watch a movie or a series and relax, because I have a full work day tomorrow. That is it for now, guys. Thank you for tuning in. More videos to come. For now, I am Clark King out.